Hi, I'm Christy Ignash, and welcome to day 20 of my 30-day Be Inspired video challenge. And today I wanted to talk to you about something that changed my life. It was a different way of thinking. It was a different way of doing things. Do I say that a lot, something that changed my life? But if I do, this was definitely something that changed my life. And it all started when I first decided to stay home with my daughter, Allison. And if you've read my blog and you kind of know my background, you know that I was working. I was a consultant at the time. And I spent the whole year, I was writing down, I was trying to figure out how I could work, part-time, half-time, 2/3 time, whatever. I was trying to figure out a way that I could still afford to stay home, but I could get to, be home with my daughter. And I couldn't figure it out. I was like, nope, we can't do this. We can't afford it. I don't know what's going to happen. And finally I figured out, okay, 2/3 time is, what I'm going to do. And as you know, I decided at the very end that I couldn't do it. I couldn't take her to daycare. And so I quit my job. Yikes. And decided to stay home and fulfill a dream that I had had forever. That was my little girl growing up dream. My mom was home with me, and I very clearly remember loving it and loving my life. And I always wanted to do that for my children. And I remember visiting some friends. Brad and I went to go visit some of our friends, and they also had a daughter and a son, and they were like, oh, congratulations on that decision. We know it's a big decision, but, good for you that you made it. And I said, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do now. What am I going to do now? And she said, well, just be with your baby. And I was like, okay, yeah, just be with my baby. Okay, what do you mean? And I know that sounds really silly, especially to people that maybe, haven't stayed home with their children, or people that just, assume that, well, yeah, when you stay home with your kids, that's what you do. But I wasn't a just be kind of person at the time. I was very, I was busy. I was a very busy person. And I thought to myself, well, but there's so many things to do. I have to do stuff, and I have to fill my time all day long with things to do. And I've heard people say before that it's kind of boring to be home with babies. And that's another thing that I don't get that, because for me, I still felt very, very busy. I was, busy taking care of Allison. I was busy around the house. I was busy with my own projects and ideas and things that I had in my head that needed to get done. And so the concept or idea of, just kind of being with my baby just was kind of out of reach at the time. And but it struck a chord with me, and it was something that I definitely started kind of thinking about. And Allison was the kind of baby who she nursed a lot, and so I would be in the rocker and we'd be rocking, and she did not sleep a lot unless she was on me, or she was nursing, or sometimes I could get her on the boppy, off of me, onto the couch, and I would have like a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes if I was lucky. She was not like a sleep for 2 hours, 3 hours kind of baby. That never happened, actually. And so this whole idea of to just be was something that really kind of happened finally, when I guess I kind of had like a moment where I thought, what am I doing? I'm finally home with my baby, and I'm nervous and I'm anxious, and I have all these thoughts going through my head when I'm sitting here holding her, that I should be doing something, that sitting here isn't enough, that I should be busy, that there's this to do, that there's that to do, that there's always stuff to do. And, you know, being a teacher, it's busy. You're just always busy. I mean, and you're multitasking on top of your multitasking, and you're anticipating the needs, and you're planning ahead, what you think might happen, and you're planning ahead for, you know, things that happened last year that you know could happen again, and, you know, whatever. You're always anticipating what's going to happen in the future, and you're planning and prepping and preparing. And I had to stop that. I did. It was kind of like slowly but surely I surrendered to sinking into that moment and just really enjoying my time with my baby. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it right from the beginning. But at the same time, I always, again, had that kind of internal dialogue that said, you know, you should be doing more. You should be doing something else. You should be doing, they tell new moms all the time, take a nap when your baby's napping. And you know, it was hard for me to do that. I felt really guilty. In the very beginning I did, but then I would feel guilty. I'd feel like I needed to be doing. And so it was really an eye-opening, life-changing thing when I started to just be with her. And, you know, we would just, you know, go sit outside, and she would play and, you know, dig in the dirt. That was something she loved to do. And I would just kind of tootle around in the yard and do my own thing. And we would just be together and enjoy the beautiful day, or we'd sit there on a blanket and have picnics. We did that a lot. And I really learned how to live in the present moment for probably one of the first times in my life since a child. I probably did that a lot as a child, but, you know, once I even became probably a teenager, and definitely as an adult, like I said, I was always kind of planning and doing for something that was going to happen in the future. And it really changed things for me because I started really noticing how amazing every moment in life is. You know, some people say, oh, that word amazing, everything, how could everything be amazing? Everything is amazing. Everything is incredible. Just the fact that I'm here able to sit in my room, talk to you like this, I'm going to plug this machine into another machine, and somehow through outer space, it's going to reach you and you're going to watch it. That's amazing. Somebody figured out how to do that. Amazing. People are amazing. You know, things are amazing. Things that have been created are amazing. Flowers are amazing. The fact that the sun shines every day is amazing. Clouds are amazing. The fact that, you know, I don't know, things grow out of the ground is amazing. You know, and being in that mindset of, you know, things are miracles and things are crazy, and just be in that moment of life is just such a beautiful way to look at things and look at life. And when I first started staying home with Allison, it was because I really wanted to provide for her the opportunities that I had. And what I realized is that she actually gave me life. Whew, I didn't know I'd get emotional. Excuse me. But it changed my life. And it changed how I do things and how I talk about things and how I appreciate things. And I was always, you know, still pretty positive, happy person, but this way of thinking really made a big difference to me. And so that's kind of how my whole thinking and my whole business got born, you know, to just be. And when you do that, you feel this aliveness in this moment, and that can take you everywhere. And just be means lots of other things too, so that's time for another post. But that's what I really wanted to talk about today, was just how beautiful that time was for me, and how getting that opportunity to actually stop living in tomorrow so much and living in this moment and just being. Oh, I got off track a little bit. Sorry, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I wasn't expecting to get emotional at all like that, but it just kind of hit me because really that was a very pivotal time for me in my life. So thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow's day 21, and it's going to be a special day. So check in with me again. Have a great night. Love to you. Mwah.